So, thank you. At first, sorry if somebody already asked something like this. I'm just not speaking Portuguese. Several players from the national team just have won the Champions League final. That's such a big deal. I think that in some countries, maybe a trainer already can just be a little bit worried because the players just could, I don't know, get drunk for the next 3 days and not be available for the next games. So what do you think? There is such a short time between these tournaments, and are these players already mentally and physically prepared for these games? What do you think?
We will see. I hope so. Obviously, they're 4 important players for us. They've been brilliant during all season. Obviously, it's been a long season for them because they got into in the final of the cup in France. They got into the final of the Champions League. So it's been a long season for them. But obviously, they had a short period to celebrate their win. But they eager to win again and to celebrate again in the end of this competition. So that's a good sign. They can celebrate twice, and it's going to make it even more special because they win with the national team.
Okay, here. Can you identify yourself, please?
Hi Bruno, Florian Plettenberg from Sky Germany. Can you explain your opinion about João Palhinha and his situation with FC Bayern, and would you recommend him to stay here in the stadium with FC Bayern? Thanks.
Well, I'm not inside the club to know what's going on, why he's not playing as much as he wanted, obviously, and we know how eager he is to work hard, to train as much as he can, to be prepared to mentally and physically to play the games. Obviously, the jump he did is a very big jump for a big and massive club as Bayern is, but obviously I'm not inside the club to know what's going in this moment with him, but I'm pretty sure that he's prepared to play for the national team. He's been training very hard and very well. Obviously, he's in a big club. He has to be the one deciding if he's the best for him or not. But I know that for him is about setting himself and trying to show everyone that he's capable of playing in this kind of stages, and he's very eager to do that. If he's going to stay or not, that's a question for him.
Here.
Hi Bruno, I'm Phúc from Vietnam. I have one question for you. Who do you think is the most dangerous player in the German team?
They have a lot of good players. Obviously, for me, the most dangerous player for them is not playing. Luckily for us, that is Musiala. Is probably for me. I've been speaking with Joshua Zirkzee about him a lot because they're very good friends. Is for me at the moment, if not the best, one of the best number 10s in the world. Is a very young, talented player that has so much to give to football. Luckily for us, he's not in the game.
Here, Bruno, Sergio Levinsky, Jornada Group of Argentina. Cristiano Ronaldo is a wonderful player, but now he's 40. What do you think, what is the role now in the group of Cristiano Ronaldo in these moments? Thank you.
Do you prefer in English or in Portuguese? The answer.
No, the role for Cristiano is always the same: is scoring goals. That's what he does the best. He's one of the best. He's the best goal scoring in the world. He wants to get more and more goals into his locker, and we're very happy that he can do it every time that he steps on the pitch. He's a top scorer also for national teams. He wants to improve that number so no one can catch him, and hopefully for us he's gonna keep scoring, and tomorrow is gonna be one of those days.
So we are going to close this press conference. I would like to thank Bruno. It's been a long way since we started, and now we are going to welcome Mr. Martinez and excuse Bruno.
Thank you. Obrigado.
Hey, Roberto. Stu Holden, Fox Sports USA. Just very curious for you, you've talked about all the ways in which the two teams are very similar tactically. How much from that changes in a semifinal, knowing that it's a different type of game from the group stage and a quarterfinal, for example, and knowing you're 2 matches away from winning a title?
Hi, Stu. I would tell you it's got a lot to do with the identity of the two teams. I don't think Portugal or Germany are the type of team that they're going to change just to be a bit more pragmatic or just adapting to try to get through, because the reality is that we're not good enough to do that. Or we are good at one style, and international football, you want to keep repeating those partnerships, those ideas. The moment that we change, we could get through a game maybe, but then we go back into what we can achieve. I think the idea is to become more compact, more synchronized. As you know, international football, the tactical aspect is about repetition. And for us, it doesn't get any bigger than the test that we get tomorrow. Away from home, Germany, probably is the moment that we need to really assess where we are and what we can do. It makes no sense for us to change drastically and then just get through not knowing how, and I don't think Germany would do that either.
So once again, I'm sorry if somebody already asked something like this in Portuguese. Mr. Martinez, tell me please, considering the fact that Germany has a really lot of injuries, is this some kind of plus or minus for you as a trainer if you just can be prepared that there is a lot of players who cannot play, or maybe controversially, you do not really well understand what to wait from this team?
It's, the answer is very clear. The injuries, if they could not replace them, it would be better. If they're injured, they play with 6 or 5 on the pitch. But the reality is that they got probably 3, 4 top players per position. As I said, I think the biggest strength of this German team is that they don't rely on an individual player. They don't rely on a certain player to make them play. They don't rely on the quality of somebody to score the goals. This is a collective dynamic. I love the idea of the way that they press as a team, they regain possession, they're super committed, they got different aspects, they work the dead ball situation so well, they are good in transition, they're good at keeping the ball, so you don't rely on individuals. So for us, it doesn't make a difference. We expect the strongest German side possible because it's the idea, the collective that they have. The volume, you're talking about Germany, the amount of population, they don't rely on a starting 11.
Hi, Mr. Florian from Sky Germany. What do you expect from Leao tomorrow here in the stadium? And have you spoken to him about the interest from FC Bayern? Thanks.
No, I think something we do well and we enjoy it is when we are in the national team, we're in the national team. And I think the players treasure that. We come in, we realize that we got 7 days to try to become winners of a title. That doesn't happen too often. Rafael Leao is an exceptional footballer in the 1v1 situation. As a team, we need to give them those situations because with big spaces is very special for us. I've seen Rafa focused the same way that I found now the team probably the strongest that we've been in terms of the options. I would say that we got 2 players per position and we got 3 players with different possibilities. So the competition for places makes Rafael even better.
Roberto, John Strong, Fox Sports USA. We're a year out from the World Cup. You've got qualifiers, of course, in the fall. But what's the significance of these 2 games this week for the preparation for the World Cup in a year?
Well, I think the opportunity, let me tell you, I think when the Nations League started, obviously Portugal won it, the first edition, and the format has evolved. Now we're talking about a competition that you play 10 games. There is no another international competition that you need to be consistent over 10 months and to win over 10 games to win a title. So the first thing is we are proud to be here. The best 4 national teams in Europe are here, and we want to enjoy it. We want to test ourselves, and we want to take that opportunity of winning an international title. But then on the other side is we are well aware that other teams, they're already competing to qualify for the World Cup. The World Cup is just 12 months away from here, so it is a little bit of a continuity. There is a bigger picture that September, October, November, in 3 months, we are fighting for our qualification, and we don't take that for granted, because in 6 games is probably the most challenging that it's ever been in the history of our European qualification. So they're both together. It's not like the ending of a competition, the Nations League, and then we're starting a new period. We don't see it that way. We've been working. We already used 31 players in this competition, and I feel that that's the best possible way to start the qualification for the World Cup.
That concludes tonight's press conferences. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Good evening.
Obrigado.
Muito obrigado. Dankeschön.